Welcome back to my favorite video that I do. This is the video where I actually show what I invested into last month. Then we go through an entirely new list of cards and products that I'm trying to invest into this month. So that way we are all actually investing and collecting together. I'm never going to sit and make a bunch of buy now videos every couple of days, telling you guys what to buy if I'm not actually buying the cards myself. And then we are going to do a giveaway today, one for a subscriber, one for a member. I'll show you guys the cards here in a second. All you have to do is make sure you subscribe. You have to hit that notification bell. You got to hit that like, and then you have to answer the question of the day. If Pokemon could collab with any other company or brand in the entire world, what would you guys want to see? It could be for some cards, kind of like how we have the Mario Pikachu, or it could be products or even clothing. So let me know down below to be entered into that giveaway. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is BCW. These guys are absolute goats in the hobby, and they've been around forever. If you guys need anything to protect, store, or display any of your cards or collectibles, they got you covered. They literally got stuff for comic books, cards, gaming, memorabilia. I use them for a ton of my signed basketballs. Coins and currencies, I got a big coin collection and bill collection. I use a ton of their stuff for that. Even music, vinyl records, CDs, and photos. So literally anything you could think of, they have it, especially when it comes to organizing and stuff. And they have over 257 trading card supplies, which is just crazy. And then too, if you type in album, they have really, really nice zip up binders, which I feel like are super, super underrated. They even have really good top loaders. Like I said, they got everything you could even possibly imagine. I even got the super nice backpack where you can store everything in there. It's perfect for card shows. So definitely check them out. And then too, if you use my link in the description and use the code BEARD at checkout, you receive 10% off your entire order. And then there is free shipping on orders $99 or more. And of course, if you're going to grade through PSA for your very first time, you can click my link in the description, use the code BEARD25 at checkout, and receive $25 off your very first submission, which is basically a free graded card. And I highly recommend grading yourself instead of letting someone like GameStop grade your cards where they don't really know what they're doing. But all right, let's see what I picked up last month, and we will also check out those giveaway cards. All right, let's check out the giveaway cards. So this first stack is going to be for a subscriber. We got a couple cheaper cards, and then we do have a very nice Pinsir illustration rare and a very nice Celebrations Venusaur, which I do have a feeling this thing is going to be like double the price very, very soon. And then this stack is for a member, a couple cheap art rares and illustration rares. Then we got the Zekrom Trainer Gallery and the 151 Mr. Mime. So that is what we are giving away today. So I did have a couple people send me some stuff. This first thing is from Dylan Schaefer. Sent me a couple vintage cards, just some commons, but then he also sent me this, which is super, super cool. Honestly, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, one of my all-time favorite cards. So I really, really appreciate the Holo Japanese Meganium. Thing is sick. So I will definitely be keeping that. Then also I got a little bit of art. It said on the thing Panther God was the dude's name, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Sent me a couple very, very nice Suicunes. So yeah, Panther God 414, I believe. So very cool. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's get to some cards here. So of course, we got some more promos. Grabbing these whenever I can. We got the Eevee. We got another Ends Reshiram Journey Together stamped box topper. We got another Bulbasaur box topper. We got the Metal Gold Mew. So I got all those vending at like 80%. Next, we got the Gold Reshiram and Charizard GX promo. Also got this vending. And same thing with the Ancient Mew. I love this card, and I really feel like this card is pretty underrated. And it's just so special to me. And it's one of the few times ever in Pokemon history where we actually got a holographic back for like any Pokemon card. So this card is special, and I can see this thing being worth a lot more money one day. And there's a few different versions that are worth a lot more money, but I'm saying even just the regular one I think could go up. Next, I got a first edition Shadowless base set Nidoking. It was listed as Shadowless on eBay. Didn't say first edition on there anywhere. And I got it for like $60 all said and done, shipped, tax, and this should be a $200 card. So very, very excited. Not extremely minty, of course, but still not bad for that price. I will buy this all day long. That's why it does pay to go to buy it now and check newly listed and just refresh that every once in a while throughout the day. You never know what's going to pop up. But you got to be quick because they will go fast. Next, I got another Gold Star Suicune. This is my 6th Gold Star Suicune now, which I got to update my collector ASAP. But I did a little partial trade. Paid like $300 in cash and a bunch of small cards. Equaled out to like $450, I think, for me. Not bad, though. Not terrible condition at all. I will take it, especially, it's one of my favorite Gold Star cards, even though it's one of the more common ones, because Someone back in the day stole a ton of the legendary beasts, or dogs is what everybody likes to call them, but they're beasts. And yeah, he has binders full of these cards, and he just sells a few of them every year. Next, we have the Enzora Journey Together ETB promo. This is just a regular one, but I think I got this for like $40. Like, it's so cheap. So anytime I can get a promo that it is a little bit tough to grade, beautiful art, I'm going to be buying them every single time, especially when it's like $50 or less. Even $100 or less for some of these is crazy cheap. Next, we got a Pokemon Center Noctowl. So I got a nice little lot when I was vending where I got like doubles and triples for a lot of these. So I was actually able to keep one of each and then sell the other ones. But yeah, I think I paid like $140 for this Noctowl in a PSA 10. Next, we have the Galarian Moltres promo. This card is pretty tough to grade. It's done by Shinji Kanda from Crown Zenith. You know, it's one of the Galarian birds. I think it is a no-brainer. I paid $150 for this, I want to say. And I think I have 2 left that I'm still going to sell as a PSA 10, but I just wanted to at least get one in a 10, and I'll probably end up getting a couple more, honestly. But I have a problem when I'm vending. I just want to keep everything, so that's why I like when I get doubles or triples, so that way I can keep one and still sell one, and it doesn't feel as bad. Next, the Magneton Pokemon Center promo. Guy sold me 3 of these, so kept 1, and now I have 2 more to sell. And I already had one of these that I got for like $100 like 6 months ago when I think someone, again, listed it incorrectly on eBay, and I snagged one up. So I'll take it. And then I did get a PSA 10 Blastoise from Celebrations. I got this for $65. So yeah, I definitely would not sell this until at least after the 30th anniversary, because I do have a feeling these will go up in price a decent amount for sure. All right, so that's what I got for cards. Now let's check out what I got for products. So I actually got this for Christmas. Little sleeping Dragonair bowl. It's got the tail here that I got to glue on because it's kind of fragile and they didn't want it to break. But yeah, pretty cool. I really like it. Dragonair's, you know, literally like my favorite Pokemon, so I'll take that all day long. Next, I got a Phantasmal Flames booster box. Got this for $185. Not too bad. And I only need one more to where I have my 4 loose ones, and then I have my sealed booster box case. So nice to get that done, you know, early. Next, I got another Mega Charizard UPC, and I got this for $115. I also got 2 more Team Rockets Moltres UPCs. I got these for $145 each. Not bad. And, you know, they're already going up in price. So, no joke, I have every single UPC. This Moltres one is my favorite one, like design-wise. I just love how thin it is. All right, we got a couple more things. One of them is pretty big. And I did order another life-size statue. It's supposed to arrive today, which I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to show you guys, and I do not want to wait another month. So I'm just going to tell you, I have a life-size Espeon on the way, and I have him right now working on a life-size Ninetales, which I will be bringing to card shows. In my opinion, I think Ninetales is literally top 5 most beautiful Pokemon ever created. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I just think it's perfect looking. Can't beat Suicune, but still very, very close. All right, now we got one more smaller thing here. Sorry, it's a mess in here. I did pick up one of the Sylveon and Charizard V memory boxes. I got this for $115. Market's like $140 or $150. But I have a feeling this box is going to be a $200, $250 box. It's one of the only boxes where we actually got, you know, the newer art. Because the Lance's Charizard and the Dark Sylveon V is some of the only new art we got for all of Celebration. So I just think that box is pretty cool. And for the last thing, this is the big boy. This is a sealed case of the Mega Charizard X UPCs that I got for $410 shipped. So yeah, like I said, anytime I can find this Mega Charizard UPC for, you know, MSRP or cheaper, I'm grabbing it every single time, especially if I can get them in a sealed case. In my opinion, that is a no-brainer. And I really feel like people are going to be kicking themselves in the future when they did not buy a bunch of these boxes when they were super, super cheap. Because they're really good boxes. Obviously not as good as the other Charizard UPC, but still, they're definitely one of the better UPCs we've ever gotten. And UPCs are honestly some of the best products we can even get in Pokemon history. So I think it's a no-brainer. But all right, let's check out the new list of cards and products that I'm trying to invest into this month. Before we check out the list, I totally forgot that if you guys are watching this video Sunday morning, I will be vending at Canterbury in Shakopee in Minnesota This is one of my all-time favorite shows to do in Minnesota. It's only $5 to get in, so definitely check it out. It is a one-day show. But all right, let's check out some cards. So we got a couple of these World Championship Pikachu cards. You know, there's not a ton of these. Now, I love this card a ton, especially we got Mew in the background and Pikachu. This card's very, very cheap. You can literally get it for like $5 to like $10 all day long. Looks like we got a PSA 10 at 65, another one at 99. This is the 2024 one, a little blurry, but I think they're super underrated cards. Next, we have another Pikachu World Championship card, 2025. I think this one's a lot more colorful, but I mean, Mew in this one compared to Iron Thorns, it's not even close. Again, this card's super cheap. It's like a $5, $10 card. Next, we have the Japanese Yokohama World Championship Pokemon card. Now, I think we did get this in English for a play card, but I'm not 100% sure. I just noticed these guys have the same exact artist, Jiro Sasuma. Probably butchered that. And right here, you know, same exact artist. I feel like these are almost the same cards, just different angles. Let me know down below what you guys think. But they're both very, very affordable. I mean, the Charizard Grand Prix one is $15, but the Pikachu one is literally $4. It does almost seem like it's the other angle. You know, this is the one angle from Charizard getting ready to fight Pikachu, and then this angle is behind Pikachu. Not 100% sure, but like I said, same exact artist, and they're both super cheap. Next, as you guys seen, I'm still going to be picking up as many ETB promos as I possibly can, and the Alakazam one is honestly one of my favorites, literally top 3. I am a little biased, though. I really do like Alakazam. I actually like Alakazam more than Gengar, which is a super, super hot take, I guess. But yeah, I love the Alakazam promo. Next, we have the Miraidon staff card from Temporal Forces. This is a $21 card, and these are some of the cheapest staff cards. Next, we have the Koraidon, another staff card for $23. I mean, for $40 or $45 to pick up a set of this, not a bad idea. Staff cards honestly do very, very good. You know, they just kind of move a lot slower than a lot of the other cards. But yeah, I just think these are some of the most underrated ones. Same with this Flygon. There's absolutely no picture here. It's $33, but if we hop to eBay, it is right here for Phantasmal Flames. So that guy's asking $65. So I think if you can find it for $30, not a bad idea. And we do have an old staff card from Boundaries Crossed. This is a PSA 8. They're asking $325. But yeah, I think if you can find Flygon for $30, $40, which there is some on TCG Player at $33, that's not a bad price for that card. Flygon's a pretty popular Pokemon. Next, I'm really about to just focus on a ton of these Chinese exclusives. Look at the Gengar from Gem Pack Volume 3, $68, $76. We got one at $90. We got some graded at 10s, but not PSA at $135 and $127. Cubone at $44. Another one at $55. And if we go up a little bit more, Meowth $43. This is just Gem Pack Volume 3. But a lot of the Chinese exclusives, they're just slowly falling down, so I'm just going to keep buying as many as I can. And same thing in a PSA 10, especially these Chinese cards are some of the most faked cards in Pokemon, so it might be a little bit safer to pick up some of these in PSA 10s. But the Leafeon on auction sold for $100 in a PSA 10, a Chinese exclusive. And again, we have the Eevee. Now, of course, I'm going to say this every time I talk about Chinese cards, there is a small chance we get some of these reprinted in other languages, which I really think if that ever happens, the entire market's going to crash. So that's why you got to be a little bit careful. But I'm willing to take that gamble. I don't think they're going to do that because it would just destroy the entire market. And it's pretty big. And the Umbreon, $280 in a PSA 10. But $100 for these evolutions is not bad at all. We even have the Fuecoco at $175. The Ceruledge at $135. Sylveon $130 your best offer. We got the Meowth at $91 on auction. Now remember though, a lot of this stuff is from like China and stuff, so you might have to pay a good amount to get it over here, you know, with all the fees and stuff, but still very, very cheap. And that's why whenever I see these for a good deal, you know, in the US, I'm always picking them up. Next, just showing some more Pokemon Center promos and stuff in PSA 10s. So I'm just showing this one because I feel like this one's a little overpriced. This is the Enzarua Pokemon Center. This is at $445. And now it's at $321 in a 10. You know, compared to the Magneton, you know, Generation 1, not the most popular Pokemon, but not terrible. Also done by Shinji Kanda. And honestly, a little bit better of a set, too. This was at $423, and now it's selling for $190. compared to, $300 something for that. So I'm just going to keep picking up, these Pokemon Center promos and PSA 10s when I feel like they're at a good deal and not at their all-time high. Because, this thing was $400. So if someone bought this at $400 and now it's at $200, you just lost half your money. Next, we have Ascended Heroes. So I do have 4 Pokemon Center ETBs coming, and I have 8 booster bundles coming. And I'm working out a deal to where I could possibly get a sealed ETB case very, very close to MSRP. So super excited about that. But I'm going to get a ton of this set. I think it's going to be a really fun set. And hopefully the pulleys are really good. So it's kind of similar to Crown Zenith. That way, this is just going to be a set that's going to be open for a very long time because it's actually fun to open. And here is perfect order. So I got my 4 Pokemon Center ETBs, and then I got 2 booster boxes. And if you guys did not know, I now get a sealed booster box case of every new set that has booster boxes. So I will be getting that also. I get that for MSRP. And then if you were checking these prices, Pokemon Center ETB 100, 11, 108. We got one at 80, one at 71. So if this stuff is, $70 or $80 for these Pokemon Center ETBs, which these just might be some crazy sales, but I'm definitely going to be picking them up. $10, $20 over MSRP for a Pokemon Center ETB all day long. Even if the set is not the best, which this is definitely one of our weakest sets we've gotten in a very long time, but I enjoy the promo, and I know how rare the PC ETBs are. And then I do have another guy who always saves me a booster box and ETB at MSRP, so I'll be getting that. So I will only need 1 more booster box to get the 4 loose booster boxes that I always get of every single set, and then I'll have my sealed booster box case, which equals 10 booster boxes. And then, like I said, I got the 4 PC ETBs, and I'd love to buy another 6 of them if they're that cheap. Next, we have the Mega Charizard X UPC. So I was able to get the 2 from that last drop where they're like $80, $90 or whatever a box. So very, very excited about that. And I might even be able to get another sealed case. So I'm just going to keep buying these, especially when I can get them under MSRP. It's just been so long since we've been able to get stuff under MSRP. And, even now it's at 138. But just wait till everybody gets their boxes. I could see this thing being legit at like 125 or maybe even 120, like right at MSRP once everybody receives their cheap boxes. So I'm just going to keep buying this. Even $10 over MSRP, I don't think is that bad. It's not going to make that big of a difference, 5 years down the road, which I'm definitely going to be here 5 years down the road. I will be here forever. Next, the Team Rocket's Moltres UPC. This thing is going up in price. I had a feeling that was going to happen. I mean, it's a GameStop exclusive, so they just do not get nearly as many as, like the Charizard UPC. So I have 4 of these now. I'd like to get a couple more at least, but I'm only going to really pick these up when I'm vending, when I can get them for a good deal. And also, a few of them that I've seen have just been absolutely destroyed. So I'm just going to try to get the clean ones. But this got down to 179. Now last sold 220, 215, 209. This is going to be on our Market Monday. And last on the list, this product is not out yet. It's a pre-sale for $320. So we got a little bit, but this is the most excited I have been for a product in a very long time. So this is for the 30th anniversary. So this is the first partner illustration collection, and this is series 1, and we are going to be getting all of the starter Pokemon in illustration rares. I am so excited, whether they be brand new arts or if they took the original art and turned that into illustration rares, I do not care. And it does come with 2 booster packs also, plus the pack with the illustration rares. So I am going to be going crazy on these when these come out. And I'm actually going to be opening up some of these so I can collect all of the starter Pokemon in their illustration forms, just because I am so excited to do that. That is sweet. So if we're starting out like this for the 30th anniversary, man, I think the 30th anniversary is going to be the craziest anniversary we've ever had in Pokemon history. If they're already giving us illustration rares, I mean, just this box alone with all of these series, I mean, technically beats a lot that we got from Celebrations. I mean, there's almost no exclusive art or any new art that we got in Celebrations beside like Blanche's Charizard and a few cards. But still, this thing is crazy. We got last sold on 130 point at 35, 44. See, we got one at $90. That's kind of crazy. 58 before that, 56, 59, 79. I want to say this thing is supposed to be like 25 bucks or something like that. It's supposed to be pretty cheap, but yeah, very excited. But all right, that was everything that I'm going to try to pick up this month. So let me know down below what you guys are also trying to pick up. And then too, if you guys want to really learn something and actually learn about a ton of new cards where you guys could potentially make a ton of money in a bunch of awesome plays, make sure you guys start checking out my Throwback Thursdays, where we also do a giveaway every Throwback Thursday along with our Sunday videos. But alright, if you guys like this content, want to stay ahead of the market, please make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, YouTube membership, PSA link. You guys know what to do. You guys are the absolute best. But alright, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon Flying Friday, which was actually a pretty crazy one, we had a ton of cards dropping, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.